Hello. Maybe. Today is not my day. Nothing is working. Alright, let's get started. That doesn't even work. Come on. Let's try that again. There we go. Nothing is freaking working.
I'm here.
Hello. Should I restart the stream again? Nothing is working. Like my virtual dog cam will not open. And of course my banners keep saying that it doesn't exist anymore. No, not new game. No, quit. Today is the day where nothing wants to work. I freaking hate it. Load game. This one. Okay. Luckily my save file works. Yeah. Alright. Echo. Here we go. They used to paint the year on the canyon.
Take this vibe so you can calm down. https://www.youtube.com/watch?b=PMSEA-POMHQK. Careful, I think has copy.
It's... hold on. Pause. Thank you. Whenever the light ends, yeah, it is copyright. I'll have to listen to it later. And then I close my thing. Unmute. We're good. Sure enough, I see the white lines on the canyon wall, a 52 here and a 72 there. The school closed after 1980, so I assume there's nothing after that. I sit next to him and lean back, closing my eyes. While the hike had been a massive B word, I still don't regret coming. Not just for TJ's sake, but also there's something nice being isolated like this. Like we're the only people on Earth. I feel a weight fall on my lap and look down, expecting to see a hasty sandwich. Instead, I find a big, hairy tarantula. I freeze as my brain processes what's going on. I screamed and take a swipe at it at the same time, doing some sort of spastic dance to the right. I slid off the bench and into the ground where I rolled several times to get away. Holy freaking blah. I'm not gonna say that. I rolled to my feet and stumbled back further away from the bench. I scanning the ground for a giant freaking spider that is sure to be after me. Then I realized TJ's laughing. TJ's calm down. It's just... What? He holds up the giant spider is frozen, ready, telling me what he couldn't finish. Fake? TJ's still laughing, but I'm still hugging myself, shivering and flinching every time I see something's mainly. I'm shocked, but because of what just happened, but because, not because of what happened, but because TJ did it to me. Feeling betrayed, I glared at him as he beacons me with a paw, wiping at his eyes with the other. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. But Jenna made me promise her that I'd do it. That figures. Jenna is the type that always plays pranks, and yeah, I hate to say it, but it's because she's a fox. Are we playing animal racist? I don't know. Ooh, why did my thing did not read?
Ooh alert. Was waiting for it.
I knew you would come here. Welcome. Ooh alert. You guys are always here together. I love it. However, I would love it more if I can show you my actions using my virtual dog cam. I rubbed my arms up and down with my paws shivering again. I couldn't believe you. You know how much I hate spiders? One of my worst fears always been that a tarantula is getting into my room.
I was about to ask, where's the doggo?
It doesn't work. Nothing worked for me in this stream.
The doggo didn't load.
Yeah, the doggo didn't load. And my microphone was disconnected without me knowing. And my stuff was not the right size. And after I fixed all that, I accidentally loaded a new game, but I managed to get the save file back. So I think we're all good. You guys can see the chat. You guys can hear the chat. You guys can see in the game. And my voice. So, hopefully, we don't have any more issues. I used to regularly shake out bed sheets when I found out that they lived around Echo. I'm sorry, I thought you might not even fall for it. You know, the ones around here are blonde,
When I
right?
used to stream was really a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Streams can be a pain when nothing works. Especially outside of the stream, nothing worked. I keep missing messes, I keep almost falling. Yeah, TJ, that's the first thing that comes to my mind when I find a spider on my lap. His ears do lower at that point, and he stops laughing.
I don't know how it is to be a YouTuber, so.
It's totally worth it to be a YouTuber. And it depends on what you're wanting to show the world. At least in my opinion, it's worth it. But when there's illegal crap on the internet that has you in it, it's not worth it at that point.
Shitpost, why not, lol?
Yeah. Listen, Chase, I'm sorry. Let's see, like, I know you're hungry. What? My stomach is painfully hollow right now as I slowly walk back to the... Man, this art looks so good.
LOL, the other level of memes. Shitpost.
Yeah. I love this art. Hold on, I need to save this art. This is gonna be a thumbnail. Hold on, where is my screenshot? There it is. What? There we go. I love these arts. Feel free to save them if you like them. Echo, save in my favorites. There we go. I tried hard not to be such a spoil sport as I reached out and took my plastic wrapped sandwich from DJ. He squirts some hand sanitizer from a little bottle on my paws first before he lets me. We share a big bag of chips and eat quietly for a few minutes, just taking in nature. Still, even out here, I'm able to hear the train horns. I feel bad about the silence though, since I'm worried TJ will think that I'm mad at him. I mean, I'm annoyed, but he's just too dang innocent to actually be angry with. The sun's beating straight down on us at this point, and it's uncomfortable feeling a semi-damp shirt rubbing up against my fur. Take your shirt off. Sitting aside my food for a moment, I stripped off my shirt. The wetness gave a bit of trouble. As I did this, TJ stiffened up to me, next to me, as I looked over at him, and right away, it's pretty clear he's not trying to look at me.
That just waits for the furry emotes to come and get the alert ready, lol.
Yeah. Long. I wonder if TJ's one of those guys that's
not necessary to say, but I did.
Yeah. I wonder if TJ is one of those guys that is embarrassed about showing any kind of fur. He only took off his shirt to swim. Even then, he's always seemed embarrassed about it. At that moment, both of our paws slipped into the chip bag.
Let him read the.
At the same time, and TJ jumps, pulling his paw away. I looked over at him, quirking an eyebrow.
Dang sniper, calm down.
What are you guys doing? Sorry? For what? Never mind. I watched him take out his phone and look over his messages. When he turns the screen off, he pauses. I realize he's looking at his reflection, adjusting fur on his face, pawing at both sides until he seems satisfied. Again, this is something he did once he was much younger, back then when he was obsessed with his cheese valves being perfectly even. I don't say anything though, and I just keep eating, bouncing one knee up and down. It's awkward, and I can't figure out why. Usually it's easy to talk to TJ, mostly because he had a lot of things to talk about. I try to think of something to say. Remember when I made fun of you for the way you used to say sorry? TJ gives a bright, high-pitched laugh, and that makes me relax, feeling that I just broke the ice on the first date. Wait a minute, we're dating? Yeah, it's one of the first things that you said to me. I was trying so hard to fit in, and you just put me in the spot in front of everyone. The scene plays out in my mind as TJ talks the image of a 7-year-old Lennox, looking way too small for his puffy winter fur. He just backed into me while trying to catch a ball thrown by Leo, and had turned around and full of smiles. Sorry. I pointed and laughed. Don't you mean sorry? That mortified look followed by what would become TJ's trademark, run back home crying. I must have practiced that word 100 times when I got home. There's a little thing in my heart at the image of the TJ saying sorry over and over again, trying to get it right. Well, I'm sorry for making fun of you for it. You knew why. It's so long ago. Besides, you were... I have no idea. Me into the culture, sort of. If that makes you feel better, Leo did get mad at me after you ran away. TJ having trouble keeping his lettuce wrapped in turkey together. So, are you and him doing alright? I think so. We have talked a few days ago. That's good. He gives up on holding the wrap together and instead starts picking up the remains of the plastic. Were you lonely after you left? I try not to act surprised that EJ asked me these questions. Yeah, really lonely. I had a terrible first semester. What about now? Kind of, I guess, I just haven't been able to find someone to connect to.
I kind of feel this is gonna end up friend-zoned.
Me too. And if it does, I am immediately going to stop showing my screen. I have my screen ready, or I have my streamer ready to stop showing the screen. Then again, the QSA at the university is practically dead, so who knows? Maybe after I graduate. We in silence for a while longer, and though it's less awkward, I'm still trying to figure out what brought TJ to ask me those questions. I crumpled up the plastic and tossed it into my backpack before getting up. Alright, now I got a good view to get my shot. Shouldn't take too long. Oh, there's a great view of the canyon just up the trail there. It goes just in that direction with a half-eaten ramp. I waved to let him know I heard and make my way up the trail. The town's namesake isn't much of a canyon. You probably wouldn't realize it is one without being told. I sidled up as close to the edge as I'm willing to take a look over the other side. Feet press pebbles over the side, they clatter down the edge of the cliff. It's dizzying, and I dig my toes into the rocks, feeling as if I'm gonna tip over. Tears and rain mingled, finally letting go, going limp, wind giving the final push. I back away. Impact instead of release, pain. I feel the buzzing starting in my head again as I sigh, as I bend over and reach my camera bag. I almost wish I could stayed here until sunset, since the canyon would be a great backdrop for it. But definitely don't want to hike back in the middle of the night. It doesn't take long. About 5 minutes later, I've got all the footage I need. Hiking all this way definitely isn't worth it, but of course, that's not the reason why I did it. You finished? TJ walks up behind me as if I'm bending over to put my camera away. Yep. He hands me a water bottle and I take it from him gratefully, pouring it over my head and chest, the fur flattened down over my body. TJ looks at my torso. Yep, we're going into friend zone. Quirking at the corner a bit. You know, you kind of look...
Did he got in the friend zone yet?
I think we're getting in there. You know, you kind of look jarred, greased. I raised an eyebrow at him. The survivalist from the Wilderness Channel. Just because I'm out of the wilderness and shirtless? Well, you're saying all otters look the same. No, I mean, because you're an otter, and I mean, your bodies are, again, DJ's got me questioning certain things about him. DJ, I'm kidding. Ah, right, of course. He rubs his shoulders as I slowly walks up to the edge next to me. Wow. He gets closer to the cliff, though he does it in a manner in which he spreads out his legs and arms, bracing himself against the ground. He peers over the side, looking absolutely ridiculous. We're so high up. I smirk, sneaking up behind him. Gosh, what do I do? Guys, please help me. I think I should grab him. I think I should grab him.
MMMH. Grab it.
Grab him.
Grab.
Okay. I grinned and suddenly snapped both of my paws on his shoulders. Ah! He flashed out twice his eyes almost instantly, flails around like a cartoon.
Do it, grab it.
Though I'm sure to keep my grip firmly on his shoulders, one of his windmilling paws catch me in the stomach. My laughing is cut off and grunt and I pulled him back. He can accidentally launch himself off the cliff. Jeez, TJ, calm down. His waving paw finally lashed onto my fur, and before I knew it, he's got his arms wrapped around my body. Yep, we're in the friend zone. Maybe, I don't know. I stumbled back, clinging to him as well. We stand like for a few seconds, and I couldn't help but guilty feel a little bit tight in his pants again. It doesn't last long, though, and soon TJ lets go and swats me in the chest with the back of his paw. Are you kidding me, Chase? How could you? I respond, but I'm busy just trying not to laugh. TJ wipes his paw on his pants. You got all your sweat on me. You didn't think I would get your back after the tarantula plane? It wasn't real. I could have died. Calm down, you're safe now. I put a paw around his shoulder and pulled him up and close. He tenses up, but relax after a few seconds. You're all wet and sweaty. You're air dry. We stand there for a while, not really head back yet. That's when TJ suddenly yelled, loud yell that almost makes me jump out of my fur. Yeah, I put both paws over my ears. TJ, what the frick? He frowns. Where's the echo? Huh? It's called Echo Canyon, isn't it supposed to echo? Oh, hey! I yelled too, and TJ lowered his ears as we wait for the response. His ear I think I heard it. Maybe we're just in the wrong area. But we're like right in front of it. TJ leans forward as if that will help. He cups his paws around his muzzle before yelling as loud as he can. Yeah!
Do it, friend zone.
I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get in the friend zone. Hopefully we don't. Because then that would get this stream deleted. And maybe my channel, I don't know. This time I do hear a return. It's muffled, scratchy, ugly, but it's an echo, right? TJ makes a face. That sounded kinda creepy. Well, what did you suspect? Everything's crappy here. Including echo, black. Again, we're answered with a rapsy, ugly response, my voice twisted and distorted. Seems a bit silly named after the entire town after that. I think it fits. I grunt as I sat down and spread my legs with a sigh. TJ does the same except for with his legs crossed. You really hate this place, don't you? He looks sideways at me. You don't? Of course not. Only my best friend from here. I mean, some of it is bad, but why let the bad tend to good? I make an unconfidential. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Grunting sound. I wish we could all come up here. He really does look disappointing, and I feel bad about that. What? I'm not good enough? TJ giggles. I'm really glad you came. It means a lot. It would have been plenty of loneliness otherwise. I looked over at him, and he's looking right in the eye. His powder blue gaze is really pretty with the sunlight hitting it like that. He's smiling.
Here it comes.
Yep, I think it's coming. He's smiling, and I smile back. Suddenly, his phone buzzes. He breaks an eye contact to adjust his sitting position so he can get it out of the pocket. Probably Jenna going on. I turn to look back at him when he goes quiet. He's furrowing his brow at the phone as if trying to figure out what it says. Everything alright? Slowly his face relaxed, but now his expression is dull. His eyes gazed over. TJ? I started to lean sideways to get a look at the message might be, but TJ quickly shoves it back into his pocket. Nothing, just a long message from my mom. I can tell right away he's lying, which is crazy because I don't think TJ ever lied to me. At least, not so easily. Is it bad? No, it's just something about when I came home for the summer. Oh, okay. It's weird because I know he's lying, and he probably knows that I know he's lying. But still here we are
Want
playing
to become
on.
famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers.
Shut.
cut.ly/HTML.
No.
FCL. Big follows com.
Shut up. No. I'm blocking you. I don't want to buy followers. Block. And report. Spam. This is a bot account. He/she
I thought it was here in YouTube.
wants me to buy followers. Close. Nope, it's not. It's in Twitch. Go away, butterfly. Go. I don't want you doing stuff. Leave the stream. I don't want to buy followers. That's all. He stares quietly at the canyon for a few seconds and then stands up, brushing himself off. Alright, let's go. The cheerfulness in his voice is forced. It just sounds like he's about to cry. Like I said, it's all downhill from here, literally. He turns away quickly and starts back down the trail, wiping his face. I hang back, wanting to give him time to get over whatever that is bothering him. I wonder if it's something to do with his family, like a grandparent passing away or something. I feel too intrusive asking about it now, so I decided to put it off until tomorrow. The hike back is, like TJ said, literally downhill, so it's way easier than coming up. TJ is still a little overbearing, making sure I have water and dumping a few bottles over my head. Even then, he's still acting a bit detached. I tried to stay upbeat, though, and since TJ's never been one to sulk for long, I give him a warm back up pretty quick. By the time we get back to the car, he was in talkative mode again. So I'm thinking we get Jenna and go to the diner for dinner. Sounds good? Sure, I'll text her. I reached out and turned on the radio and then remember where we are. So now that we've gone hiking out of the way, what are we gonna do for the rest of the trip? We've got like 3 days left. TJ rests his elbow against the door, tugging at the fur in his chin. While are more trails than that one, we could hike those too. I cringed inwardly at thought of more hiking, but I didn't say anything. I'm pretty sure TJ knows that I'm not into it. But you still need to do stuff for your project too, right? I could help you with any research that you might need to do. Maybe it's pretty boring stuff. Well, the work, yeah, but hanging out together would make it fun. Yeah, we're getting into the friend zone again. I grinned at his eagerness. Well, alright, but I warned you, it's pain in the butt. DJ smirks at me. Chase, you didn't really have to try so hard. Anyways, I just wanted to help. Turns out Jenna was walking from the motel to the diner and not really wanting to wait for us. Me and TJ step inside, greeted by a smell of what you expect in any diner, burgers and fries. I'm flooded with old memories. It's a place that I've gone to eat every weekend for over 10 years of my life. I smiled despite myself. While I complained a lot about the echo, this place was filled with incredibly happy memories. I'm ready to block another person. Just to warn you guys. Hopefully I don't have to block anyone. I complain a lot about echo. This place has held incredibly happy memories, most of which involve my 5 friends. I see Jenna right away as she steps out of the booth next to the door. Hey boys. Hey. What's up? We make our way over to the booth. TJ sitting on the opposite bench while Jenna steps back to let me pass and sit next to her. She wrinkles her nose as I do. Ooh, maybe you should have showered before you got in here. Thanks, Jenna. TJ probably smells too. Nah, you smell fine. Okay, this fox. Of course she does. Thanks, Jenna. And don't blame Chase, otters are unnaturally musky. I decided to not say anything instead of pulling at the menu on the metal holder and flip through it. The table...
Oh.
Yes, Fox. The table is a great... The table is a little greasy, so I tried not to lean anything on it. Oh, clean the table before you sit down. Ugh. So, did you guys have fun? Yeah, made it all the way to the top, and we did it faster than I thought we would, actually. Did you know? He really freaked out. I knew you. Did you film it? No. What? That's the reason why you pull pranks, and I don't do film it. I forgot. I glared at the menu. Shouldn't let her corrupt you so easily, TJ. I tried to think of some Satan metaphor that I could use, but that's when the giant plastic spider lands with a smack on top of the menu I'm looking at. Ah! I couldn't help myself but shove the menu and the spider away from myself to fall over into TJ's bench. I look up, Jenna's filming me with her phone grinning. Stop it! I half-heartedly grab the phone, but Jenna easily pulls it. What I would do is I would smash the phone out of her hand so hard that it will fly down on the floor. That's what I would do. Oh my word, is that Chase? I looked up to see middle-aged coyote making her way back from the kitchen and around the counter. What? These are arts. Do you guys agree with me that these art is really good? I don't know about the background. I'm not 100% sure about the background. But the characters are amazing. I'm in love with these.
It is.
It is amazing. And Jenna and I have no idea. Two? I smiled politely only now to how loud our battering must be in the small diner. Now what in the world are you all doing back here? I thought we wouldn't see you again after graduation. I've known Chance as long as I can remember. Her always having to work at the diner. In fact, she started here when she was about our age. Just like most of the town, though, once you're comfortable, you don't move much. Chase is filming the town for a school project. We decided to make a little reunion out of it. Well, isn't that nice? I bet Leo is mighty happy. He's been talking non-stop about you three, since you all left. Yeah, he's pretty much organized the whole thing. Jen suddenly meets a face. Huey, it's life, Huey. My face burns, and I sit harder on my tail, staring at the menu. You know, I think Duke sat here forgot to spray the scent neutralizer. You know how the weasels are. I feel Jenna stiffen up next to me, but thank God she doesn't say anything. Yeah, anyways, how have you been, Janice? Janice leans her hips against TJ's bench, clasping her paws and leaning on her elbow and back at it. I have the same scene, I think, 3 years ago with my grandma. That is so funny to me. Oh, I can't complain. You haven't missed anything, trust me. Actually, I've been meaning to do a little spring cleaning. Not looking forward to it. My back doesn't bend like it always did. All this small talk, nice, I have no idea, and speciesism is starting to make me zone out when suddenly TJ pipes up. Well, we'll help. Janet Beans, well, you know, I could never ask that of you, especially while you're on vacation. TJ chuckles. Actually, me and Chase were talking about how we had nothing to do. I think it's a good idea. I can see from Jenna's tight smile that she's feeling exactly the way I am. TJ and his goddamn need to be a good. I have no idea. Oh, come on. You're an incredible young man, you know that. Just wanting to be of help, ma'am. When can we come over? Oh, I don't know. How does sometime tomorrow evening sound when it's nice and cool? Sure. Well, thanks again, Toby. You're really one of the kind. DJ beams up at her, then at me, then the frowns he sees on my face. Now, what can I get you all? After Jenny takes our orders, she vessels off to get to the back, leaving me, Jenna, and to glare at TJ. TJ at first pretends to notice and starts adjusting the salt and pepper shakers, trying to place them evenly on the menu. That was nice to see her again. We didn't say anything, but finally the tension becomes too much, and he gives up on the salt and pepper shakers to look up at us. What? You know exactly what. We didn't come here to clean Echo's mess. Speaking of which, Jenna reaches past me to grab the towelette and start wiping our table, wrinkling her snout. Disgusting. There's no harm in helping someone. Chase, you told me that you didn't know what else we would do. TJ started doodling on a napkin with one of his coloring pencil from the bath, and they leave on the tables. Honestly, TJ, I'd rather hike another trail. Please don't. I'm hurrying in your utter mess right now. God damn it. Chase, glaring, I nudge Jenna to slide off the bench so I can get out. When she does, I stomp my way over to the single western. I sigh as I let the heavy door ease shut behind me, pressing on push-button style lock. The quiet coolness is a welcome relief, even though if it was a restroom. I put my palms of my hands and rub them in a circular motion, trying to ease the headache that has been building up since the afternoon. I stand in front of the sink, run my paws under the faucet for a while, bring some water to my face. It feels good, but the headache continues to pound. In fact, it feels as like it was getting worse. I squinted at the mirror and suddenly a light becomes too bright for my eyes. Is this a meringue? I've never had one before. Wait a minute. Migraine? Wait a minute, what is migraine? Hold on. Migraine. Throbbing pain generally experienced on one side of the head. Got it. I've never had one of those before, have I? I continue staring at my face, feeling the pressure build. Pretty soon there is a strange sound in my ears, like a tuning orchestra, and I feel my heart rate picking up. What the heck is this, a stroke? Am I having a stroke? Whoa! At the moment, looking at myself in the mirror, my eyes just drop and move towards the center of my face. At the same time, the sides of my muzzles curve up unbelievably high, giving me a ghastly smile, one that goes past the top of my head.
That looks creepy.
Yes, it does. Fleetly, I remember playing with my laptop's camera once, putting on some effects that make my face would distort in ridiculously ways. It looks almost exactly like that. Even the earth gives away fallout from under me, and paws slapped the sink as I hold on to it to stop falling sideways into the wall. The frick? My voice squeaks as I try to find my footing. I shut my eyes, stop myself from throwing up, and slowly warring dies down, and I feel myself regain balance. I crack my eyes open to see my face back to normal, the light and tolerable level again. I open my eyes the rest of the way and stare at myself and my reflection staring wide-eyed back. What is it then? It's not a it's gotta be more than a migraine. Do we have any doctors in this stream that knows? I kinda wanna know, because I actually experienced this. I'm breathing hard, my chest is heaving, pimples dilated. Looking down at my knuckles, my skin is white through the fur. I slowly let go of the sink, looking at my shaking paws. What the heck? My muzzle is dry and I swallowed a few times. I take a drink, but I didn't trust the dirty faucet. After a few moments, I was able to calm down, realizing I was probably not dying. In fact, my head feels pretty clear at the moment. I'm pretty sure it was a migraine. Migraines can do that to people, right? It's gotta be more than migraines. I feel like it's gotta be more than migraine. Hold on. I cannot spell. Migraine effects, please. On, I guess, eyes? It does not show anything about that on... Well, it shows flashing of lights. It is a migraine. Hold on. Lights and you see yourself as not yourself. So pretty much exactly what this has. I draw in a shaky breath again before grabbing a few paper towels from the dispenser. I run them lightly under the water, acting a few pumps of foamy soap as well. Mom has migraines all the time. I call her about it tomorrow. Able to keep my paws steady now, I run the soap towel under my arms a few times. After a quick look to make sure the door is locked, I undo my belt, push down my pants and boxers around my thigh. If I really want to take care of my smell, I'm gonna have to go down under. I run a few paper towels under the faucet and soap dispenser. Just as I'm sliding out the towel against my tail piece, I hear a knock on the lever style handle battle. I jumped and looked back, not really worried. I know it's locked. Because this place is a piece of crap, I'm just in time to see the button lock pop out. The handle swings down, door opens enough for the Linux head to poke through. There I am, pants down, the paper towel under my tail, looking like I'm wiping my butt while I moon my Christmas brand. I think we stayed like that for at least 10 seconds before TJ blinks first. Oh my gosh, sorry. He squeaks out fast, I barely hear it before he yanks his head out and the door closes with a snap. Crap. I snarl between my teeth as I scrub myself, then throw away the towels. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Look, it's like an entire universe is conspiring against me right now. I sigh and I wash my hands, realizing that the longer I delayed going out there, the stupider I'm gonna look. When I come back out, I see Tangy stand up immediately, eyes straight ahead as we walk past each other before he heads to the bathroom. Jenna stands up to let me back into the booth. Everything alright? Yep. As we sit down, Jenna sips from her glass of water and starts sucking an ice cube. So I know TJ had fun, but did you? I drum my fingers on the table, feeling a little bit numb from embarrassment. Yeah, it was fun. About as miserable as I thought that I would be. So no surprises. Honestly, I actually kind of wish I'd gone with you two. Oh yeah? Then I remembered that the AC is a thing, so I don't feel that way anymore. At least they're built for that kind of weather. True, it doesn't mean that I have to like it. So what did you do? Sit around all day? I studied for a while, then Flynn and Leo came back, actually. Oh, really? Yeah, they wanted to have a lunch with us. Leo was pretty disappointed that when he found out you two weren't there. They brought us a bunch of presents for Carl and had me choose which one I wanted to give him. How thoughtful. Jenna shrugs. Anyway, Flynn was pretty quiet. She doesn't say anything more, so I pressed her. Oh. Yeah, kind of subdued. I guess he might have felt sorry. I don't know. Here's a hopping he comes around. Anyways, they're planning on a surprise birthday party for Carl. Isn't that not for a few weeks? Yeah, but we want to have it while we're all here. Jenna drags a drop of I have no idea. Condensation? Around the outside of her glass for a moment. Just between you and me, and didn't tell TJ this because I told him I wouldn't tell you. But he said he was really glad to have you go along. He says you're what he misses most about this town. Really? That's kind of surprised me. We're really good friends, but about to say I was what he missed the most. I looked outside again. The sky was pointed. It was painted red, orange, and what almost looked like purple. He drew this so I could see what happened when he pranked you to make up for not recording. I looked back down at the table. Jenna slides over the napkin TJ had been doodling on. A stick figure with a pigtail I assumed me, is lying on the ground, his mouth bigger than his face as he screams. Next to him is a giant spider. Standing over both is a stick figure with the big tough ears, I'm assuming TJ, with its stick arms put up over his face, clearly feeling guilty. Cute. Isn't it though? Despite my sarcasm, I really do think it's cute, especially the TJ figure. Crap. What? Forgot my purse. She stands up. I'll be right back. Why? I'll pay for you. Don't worry about it. The motel is like 5 minutes away. You can pay me back. She's already out the door. I sigh, watching her make her way down the road through the window. That's when TJ slides back onto his bench. I quickly look down, feeling my cheeks burn all over again. Sorry about that. I just wanted to wash up too. I didn't know why, considering TJ looks cute. No matter what he does, I force myself to look up. A funny drawing. He looks up the map and gives a little laugh. She showed that to you? Wait, where'd she go? Forgot her purse. Oh. We sit in unbearably awkward silence for a while before I suddenly sigh and lean my face against a pod as I stared out hard out the window. Okay, so I wasn't wiping my butt. You know, others have glands. Chase? I looked over at TJ and he's smiling. I know I shouldn't have opened the door. You were just taking a while and we were wondering if you were alright. I looked up as I see Jenny making her way over and our food was on a giant tray. I guess it's really locked. It's really the lock's fault. Oh, having problems with the restroom door? Make sure it's jammed shut really tight. Should lock then. Thanks. As the plates are set down, I faintly...
Go now. Laters.
Alright, see you later, Bendino. Or assuming I'm pronouncing right. I still don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry.
CYA Benito.
I'm faintly surprised at the portion size. Not used to getting this much in the city. Jansen immediately busted off to another customer. And you know, I looked up from my giant sandwich and fries, grabbing a ketchup bottle. It was kinda cute. Okay. We're getting in the friend zone, like, too close. TJ immediately looked down, pretending to read the menu even though we already ordered our food. I feel like my browser's almost going to shoot off my forehead as I stared at him. What does Applewood smoke mean? Oh no, you're not getting off that easy. Did you just call my butt cute? Yes, friend zone. No. TJ ears fall flat and I'm kind of satisfied at these unfeeling embarrassed. No. I just like otters have cute tails, that's all. I snorted. Yeah, I can see by the way that you do mine here. So sorry? Don't be. So yeah, I'm testing the waters here. It's been a while since I played this game with a guy who the freaking thought the next one would be TJ, but here I am. I keep looking over at TJ, waiting for him to look up. Finally, he does look up at me for a moment, and we locked eyes. I smirked and he smiles in return before looking back down. Well, that's something. I think we're about to be married or something. This is a dream, right? I think it is. I sat on a big rock next to the shore, watching the tiny waves lap at the smaller rocks. Across the lake, maybe a half-mile away, I see my friends, all of them, floating on something. It's my car. They're all in my car. Leo's driving.
I sended you a link of a YT channel in Discord. Uwu.
For what? Let's see here. What? For... No! No. Thank you. What is this? Hold on. Saving lives by building communities around mental health. Oh, thank you so much. I'm gonna say that. I am gonna check that out later. Oh my gosh, there's a big storm right out the window. Hopefully I don't have to shut the windows. It's my car. They own my car. Leo's driving. He's got his sunglasses on. Even from this distance, I could look across the lake at me. He waves, then finger gun shoots it at me, making clicking sound with his tongue. What? Fling sits next to him, head back, sleeping. Carl drawing on his face. Jenna sits in the back and reads. And TJ, where's TJ? There he is, swimming after the car. Colors fall flat. I feel sticky and sick. Something isn't right. I'm at the canyon again, looking over the edge. TJ's on the ground. He's staring at me. Maggots in his eye. Ew, goes. Something moves in the bushes next to him. Something, a paw. Is that a paw? It reaches out towards TJ. The lake I'm staring at a lake about the day is but the day is clear. The sky is blue where the things and there are things in the water. 5, 6 things float in the water. Bodies float in the water. I watch the bodies float, bobbing up and down. One looks really familiar. This isn't right. It isn't for me. What is this? Something across the lake. I see something across the lake. There's a tool shed. A tool shed is across the lake, and I see the door open. There isn't a tool shed next to the lake. Something steps out. This is a nightmare. Wednesday. Apparently no one can get in touch with him. Jenna leans back against the dresser, running a brush through the fur on her neck and head, still a little damp from the shower. Did they try his landline? Maybe it's just muted. He just muted his phone. He sleeps in like every day. Jenna shrugs. I'm gonna assume that they have. So no one told him that he's gonna have a party? Jenna turns around and leans towards the mirror above the dresser, brushing away the loose fur. It's a surprise party, right? I guess it's just that it's not really his birthday. Jenna sighs. It's just an excuse to do something in this crappy town. I see Jenna glance at the door to the bathroom as if worried TJ couldn't hear her curse, even with the shower running. I let out my own sigh. Well, I'm sorry I dragged you here, Jenna. I thought it would be fun, is all. Jenna finishes whatever she's doing in the mirror and turns back around and faces me. Hey, it's not the town I came to see. It was you guys. Yeah, well, you didn't seem very happy about that, either. Jenna frowns. If I didn't want to be around you guys, I would have left by now. I have friends in Peyton that could take me to the bus stop. I didn't say anything, choosing to lean back on the bed and close my eyes, still tired from the fricked up dreams I had last night. Sorry, stop complaining. I massage my forehead with one hand. Or paw, should be. It's still the beginning of the week. We've got time to turn this around. It's really just Flynn. I looked over at her. Is he coming? Yeah, Leo said he had to talk to him, so. I mean, Flynn gets over stuff pretty quick. I think it wouldn't be awkward if she didn't let it be. Jenna looks at the shower doors, the sound of the dryer blowing loudly behind it. It's not really Flynn that I'm worried about. It's things he said to TJ. I rub my eyes. If it gets to that point, me and TJ will just cut out early and go somewhere else. Maybe Jen's place. I open my eyes to look at Jenna. You guys going with us? Jenna smirks at me. I think I would have some studying to do. Oh, come on. Anyways, what if Flynn's have another... She immediately cuts her off as the door suddenly cracks open. I see one of TJ's eyes looking through the opening. The eye widens and the door quickly closes again. Suddenly it swings back open. Linux striking out in just his pants. Oh my gosh. I am glad it didn't show any more than the pants. Or any less than the pants. Holy cow. Excuse me, Jenna? Jenna moves over and TJ reaches into one of the drawers to pull out a polo shirt. Forgot my shirt. He mumbles over, turning back around and hurrying to the bathroom. I catch a glimpse. Okay. I catch a glimpse of inside his ears, which are bright red. The door snaps shut again. We both stared at the door for a while before Jenna speaks up again. If Flynn can keep his mouth shut until the end of the week, then we might just be able to get through this. I stared out the window as we rolled out on the dusty streets of Echo. Honestly, it doesn't look much worse off than how I left it. The roads might be a little worse, but I'm assumed that because they haven't done any maintenance since winter. I'm regretting not letting him know that we're coming. You know? You'll be lucky if he doesn't get his bat out of bed. We'll call him then. And what if he doesn't answer? Leo doesn't say anything, instead of focus back on the road. TJ feels the silence after a while. Well, I don't think it's too weird. It's just like we're hanging out again. Nothing wrong with that. Sure, but making it about Carl is just weird. Yeah, maybe because if his birthday was like next week, 2 week tops. Oh hush, Lynn. It'll be like we're hanging out. You're acting weird about it. It isn't going to help anything. The car suddenly starts slowing down. I snap out of my daydreaming to look up, knowing that we definitely aren't at Carl's house yet. That's when I see around a I have no idea what that is. Figure standing further up the side of the road. She's standing in the dirt that separates the road and the field in front of the broken and rusted barbed fence. I think that's Jen's. I look over at Leo and he seems concerned. His brows furrowed, and as he carefully steers the car right up next to the cow. I can see why. She crouches over, elbow on her knees, staring at the ground. Roll down your window, Chase. I do as he says, struggle a little bit with the old crank handle. What the hell is she doing at it? We come to the next stop next to Ty, kicking up some dust. I don't know, hey. Leo leans over me and smiles out at Janice, who's still looking at the ground. Leo's voice cuts off in a weird choking sound. I look up at him confused, then look back out the window. Can't help myself, but I guess. It was hard to tell from an angle, and all the dust kicked up by the van. And now I can see that Jen's in her pants down around the thighs. I can also see everything else. I sit back quietly and avoid my eyes looking out the windshield and said, "What the heck?" Oh my gosh, Leo, keep going. Jenna whispers it in her voice strained. Oh, sorry, Leo stops talking and I change the gate that's out the window again. Jen's is looking at us now and she's smiling. It's weird. It's a weird smile because it isn't touching her eyes. It is unnerving. Leo stares back. Leo, go. I hiss out the side of my mouth, staring at the windshield again. I have no idea. Though looking concerned. Jens, do you need some help? His tone is one of the... my throat.
Going to lunch. CYA.
See you later. I'm gonna probably end my stream in 30 minutes. Oh, my throat hurts. His tone is one you might use on a toddler or a crazy person. I didn't hear her say anything except for me a grunt. Leo bravely keeps trying though. We can give you a rat. Leo stops talking in time for me to hear her pattering sound. It's a sound I recognize well back when she takes this on the roads of Echo and run around. The van lurches forward and resumes a smoother acceleration back on the road. Holy crap, what the heck was that? I don't... Leo frowning looks really confused, and as I've never seen him. Should I go back? No. I look back and see TJ cover his face. Maybe she could be having some kind of episode. Or maybe she just had to be. I don't think so. Did you see the way she looked at me? She probably was on something. Isn't it? Everyone? No, she doesn't do that stuff like that. Well, maybe she does. You never know with people. Again, Leo doesn't say anything, neither does anyone else. Glance back to TJ sitting in the very back seat with Jenna. He's got his ears down, looking to his lap. He's fidgeting his hand. I know he's probably thinking of the same thing as I am, which is that we're supposed to help Jen out with her spring cleaning or whatever. I want to ask him about it, but it's dead silent in the van. But the dead silent in the van is making me feel like now it isn't the best time. I told you. Leo stabs the doorbell, frustration across his face. Can you please keep cursing down a little bit? I couldn't help but notice TJ winced at every F-bomb. He been keeping his distance from Flynn, always standing on the opposite side of our little group. I shift the bag and am carrying around in my hands, trying to look through the frosted glass on the side of the door. Maybe he's getting high. He should still be able to hear. I mean, maybe he just doesn't want to? TJ holds up his phone. He's not answering the phone either. Leo knocks on the door hard, and his big bulging hiccups. Well, I guess breaking the door might get us inside. Leo stands back, paws on his waist as he takes a deep breath. He's determined, and I guess he should, considering he's set up for this. We should have told him we were going to meet us at the diner or something. Do they lock the windows? What? Leo growls. It's not like we're breaking in. TJ's ears pinned back at his frown on his face. The wolf puts his paw on his forehead, closing his eyes. Sorry, but I think he's just asleep, and it shouldn't be too hard to just get in there and wake him up. I looked over the side of the house, seeing a window well. I point at it. What about that? Too small. I could probably fit. She hops off the French porch and crouches down next to the window, pushing it on it. Wait, there's a security sticker here. Well, you gotta arm it first. And Carl is such a lazy butt. I know he didn't. Besides, if we were... oh my gosh. It is getting hard for me to talk right now. Besides, if we set it off, we can just run. It's not like they'll show up anytime soon. Jenna hesitated and then pushed the windows out again, but it didn't bulge. Locked. Let's try the one above it. That's too high. I'll boost you up. I think this is going a little too far. Ilya annoys and stands next to the window before making platform for Jenna's foot and with his paws. Steadying herself with the paws against the wall of the house, Leo easily lifts Jenna and she managed to grab the ledge. And this is freaking stupid. Clayton mutters next to me and I annoyed him. Jenna pushed against the window and landed easily. Yes, now I'm gonna boost you all the way up. Hold on. Careful. Like there's some kind of cheerleading duo. Leo shoves Jenna all the way up with one paw and she disappears through the window. Her bush tail is the last thing we see until she pokes her head back through. Kitchen, I fell in the sink. Great, now unlock the door. She disappears again. We make our way back to the front door. Leo, you're crazy. If you didn't shut your mouth up, Flynn, I will kick you right in your bag. Sound good? Jeez, calm your... Leo turns on him with one foot of the other, in front of the other. Leo shuts up. TJ eyes widen even though he's staring down at the steps. I wanted to put my arm around him. Finally, we hear the door rattling and it opens. Called his name, but he didn't answer. Well, he's gotta be here. It's not like he can go anywhere or want to go. Carl's house is a massive, as I remember it. It's a mansion after all. Maybe it's less than I remember. There are a few wrappers and pizza boxes on the marble counter. I assume that's because Carl's parents aren't here to tell him not to be a slob. Flynn immediately heads up the stairs. Yo, Carl! I set back down on the table, and DJ sets the cake there too. I looked over at him. You alright? I'm good. Why? Just asking, so. I rubbed back the back of my head to try to... Oh my gosh. Trying to think how to bring it up. What is it? Janice? Oh yeah. DJ mirrors my nose rubbing behind his head. I'm actually really worried about her. I mean, should we still go? DJ looks at me surprised. Of course, especially now. We could make sure she's okay. Oh yeah, maybe we should. I actually didn't feel like we need to do it all. After all, probably considering she's really, really high. I was going to suggest that we could at least postpone the visit until tomorrow so that she had time to calm down. But TJ is shocked at my suggestion, has me holding my tongue now. Chase, you check in the back and TJ's downstairs. Leo barks at us after hustling past towards the hallway. We both looked at each other before I shrugged and headed for the back door. I stared at the glass window and the door for a while, wondering why Kyle would even be out there. The old place that's with the swings is gone, and so is the tree house that used to be in one of the two trees. The branch near the base of the tree that we used as a step that had been cut away too. Carl and I used to play up in that treehouse all the time when we was younger. I opened the door, stepped out into the concrete steps. I feel a pang of sadness seeing it gone. I had a lot of memories up there. I can remember that the day when we started building it. I mean, Carl's dad had to build most of it, but left the rest up to us. Duke, the old weasel, had found a random junk in his backyard. He gave us permission to take it from as long as we cleaned it all up. I told TJ that if we cleaned the pile up, my dad would take us to the movies that night. We pretended to help clean it even though we're just taking what we wanted for the treehouse. We hauled away in a wagon, telling TJ we're taking it to the corner for recycling or something. And he should keep going. Of course, we didn't go back. I didn't know why. I thought we would get away with that. Apparently, TJ was there for 3 more hours before Duke came out and found out what happened. I was grounded for the longest I've ever been. I cringed and closed my eyes, face getting hot at the memory of being forced to apologize to TJ. Freaking asshole. I mumbled to myself. We were especially cruel to TJ those couple of years. It was probably because of our age difference. Me and Carl had been 10 and TJ was 8. For some reason, 2 years feels like 2 decades when you're that old. Still, there isn't really any excuse of how crappy I was to him. Even after that happened, we never let him up into the treehouse. I was really crappy kid, but I know TJ doesn't hold it against me. Still, the idea of taking advantage of TJ's trusting nature is just so terrible. I sighed, giving the rest of the yard a cursory glance, even though I know Carl's not out there. I feel a little worried. I'm just there for some explanation of where she's gone. I turned back around, deciding to help with the search inside. That's when I flashed a fat orange and gray tail disappeared down the steps. I blinked. Jenna walks past. I'm gonna look in the garage. I don't think he's in their house though. Okay. As Jenna headed for the garage door, I head for the stairs. Cool air wafting from the dark hallway ahead of me is the marked contrast of the heat outside. I fan out my shirt as I look at the multiple doors lining in the hallway. The only open one was oh my gosh. The only open one is at the end of the hall, though, and I can hear a low voice come from it. It's Flynn for sure. I padded up to the opening so I can make out what he's saying. But I just wanted you to know that I'm not mad at you, okay? I didn't hear a response as I standing out the door. From here, all I can see is a few cardboard boxes and neatly made bed that probably hasn't been touched in years. A guest/storage room? Come on, man, I was mad yesterday and I shouldn't have sent it. When a voice comes from further in the room on my left. I grind my teeth, wavering between going in now or just hoping for the best and letting it play out. TJ, I need to go. I was trying to figure it out. Don't! I hear something rustling in the room that when I realize I have to step in. I hold on to the door frame as I poke my head through. Lynn has TJ backed against what looks like the doors to a closet. TJ's covering in the corner while Flynn has his hands on Lennox's shoulder, grabbing into the fabric of the shirt. TJ's ears is pinned flat against his head, and he's looking up at friends. Then his eyes flick to mine and he's noticed me. Let me talk for a sec. Flynn noticed TJ staring over his shoulder, jerks his head in my direction. The second he sees me, he drops his hands from TJ's shoulder. We stared at each other for a few seconds, and I swallowed loudly. You guys find Carl? My question sounds all more stupid in the dead silence that follows. Flynn gazed drifts to the wall over TJ's head, where he stares coldly for a few seconds, his jaw working fiercely. I started to worry he summoned up another one of his tentacles. Instead, after a few seconds, about 5 seconds, he turns on his heels and stalks out of the room. I've moved out of the way as he brushed past me. When I look back into the room, TJ's already moved to stand in front of the mirror on the wall. He straightens his shirt and gorgeously combs the fur on his face. He does a weird back and forth on cheek reps with one of his hands, and even though they look fine to me. TJ? TJ snaps his head in my direction, one of his ears twitching. Are you okay? I'm okay. TJ just let it pass and loud, and giving his shirt one last tug. Let's keep looking for Carl. He makes a point looking around the room. I didn't think he's here. As he moves past me to leave the room, I grab his arm. He jumps and looks at me, eyes wide. I quickly let him go, realizing how closely I am. Oh wait, Flynn just done a minute ago. You wanna talk? No. I blinks in surprise. No, I don't want to talk about it. Sorry. His ears are down again and he's looking at the floor. Let's just keep looking. He turns away again, but I feel like I should say something more. I wanted to make him feel better to get away from Flynn. Do you want to go for a walk or something? TJ turns back around and stares at me questioningly. I mean, to keep looking for Carl. He's not in the house, so maybe he's gone somewhere around town. TJ nods in understanding, the distress look melting off of his face. Oh, that could be a good idea. We should tell Leo. I feel a surge of relief of having been able to distract TJ. Now I want to keep that going. Luckily, we didn't see Flynn on the way out. A distracted and frustrated Leo quickly waves us off as he continues in his search in the ground floor bedrooms. Probably got high and passed out somewhere. He mutters, absent-minded, oh my gosh, man. Oh boy, I'm tired. I've done nothing but talking for an hour and 40 minutes. He mutters absent-mindedly as we head out the door. I immediately realized what a bad idea when I stepped out of the sun. Wait, what? TJ, on the other hand, brightens up on the second we stepped out of the mansion. That's at least make me feel a little bit better. We walked in silence for a few minutes, looking back at the rolling hills and mountains, cactus and sagebush. It's one of those days where I'm not sure if the heat is worse coming in from the sun above me or the baking black asphalt from under my feet. How is school going for you? I blinked out my burning alive trance and tried to focus on the question. Oh, it's okay. It's just kind of tedious, you know. At the same time, I get playing of panics, realizing how much work still needed to be done with my project. I'm able to convince myself that I still have half a week. I'll figure out something. What about you? It's great. Athletic training, right? Yep. So what exactly do you do? Train people for sports? TJ laughs. Well, it's more to do with injuries, recognizing them, preventing them, treating them if I can. I didn't know that what you do, so are you like a doctor or something? TJ laughs again, but like always, TJ's able to do it in a way that you know he's not laughing at you. Definitely not. That would be really hard, I guess. You could say an athletic trainer is a healthcare professional. Cool. I try to keep away from painting. I thought you would have been more into like coaching or something, like sports. TJ shakes his head. No, I'd be terrible at that. I can't yell at people all day. Is there even a degree for coaching? I think most people that want to coach get a teaching degree in history so that they can teach. I make air quotes at the high school while also coaching so they can teach to coach. Oh yeah, that's how it was at our school. I step in a particularly sharp rock and bite my lip, keeping from my yelp. I really just wanted to do something involving athletes. Do you like it? The whole athletic training things? Yeah, well, it's my first year, so who knows, I might think I do. So, you just like helping people? That and I just like sports. Wait a minute. We're confused, I think. TJ, quiet for a second. It probably sounds silly, but it seems to make life more simple. Sports? Yeah, or exercising. There's a goal in something in your way, like the other team is or a big hill. TJ kicks a pebble from the ground, catches it on top of his foot before launching it down the road. And your only job is to get around that to get your goal. The Linux laughed. I didn't know if that makes any sense. I think it does. I like that with video games, I guess. I can see that. I tried to kick a pebble up the top of my foot like TJ did, but I ended up just taking it off the side of the road. How did you do that? Oh, I just got lucky that time. Usually it doesn't work. I'm on a soccer team, though. I think about how I didn't even bother trying it out for my school swim team for others. I already knew how medical I was. But also, just being on the side of field with all the cheering and lights, it's fun. As we continue down the road, we walk past a charred foundation of an old trailer. While the brush has mostly grown back, I think I need to leave, guys. Save. I'll see you guys later. If you guys did enjoy, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Thank you guys so much for going in. Bentino, Sniper, and everyone else.